Alright, and welcome back to our Dungeons of Chaos playthrough. Now, we are in the Valley North, and we are getting ready to enter the Elf City. And we're going to finish out our next portion of our Guild Quest Saga. And we're going to go ahead and become a Marksman. Though we don't have anybody that can transfer or change class, we will certainly finish their quest out, though. And if you speak with Lathanor here, he will give us our Guild of Marksman entry. And he is asking us to defeat Deluan, the evil tree spirit, southwest of the forest. Now, we previously actually had a tussle with an angry tree monster before on the island of Bercia. And we actually got a nice consecrated bow that does damage to undead off of that one for a quest. And that was part of the new content for Chapter 1 that's been released recently. And now, over here, again, southwest of the Elf City, we have a little forest off by itself, and it says, "Beware the ancient tree spirit." There's signs all over the place. And in the center of this forest should be our evil tree. Now, if you pull up your map and see where you're at, the forest is actually in the shape of Australia, which is kind of a nice nod to where the game's being developed out of. Now, Deluan does summon wolves and has wolves with him. Weakness against fire and evasion, so if we get that surrounded, he will definitely go down quicker, be easier to hit. And he does not move, he's a tree. Not necessarily like an Ent in Lord of the Rings that can walk around and hurl boulders, but it does throw things at us. And the wolves, of course, we've dealt with them before. They're fast, they call help, they have a little bit of armor and no resistance. So we'll go ahead and we'll just use Hotspot and we'll finish taking these out. Our knight and our assassin and our warrior should be able to handle everything else fairly easy. And again, this should be a fairly straightforward fight since the evil tree doesn't move, doesn't really do much, does ranged attack. Again, it does call some of the help with the wolves, but we can go ahead and use our AoE damage. Or Mana Rupture or Ignite, and that would work just as well. Does have a decent armor and does have a decent amount of life, so it may take just a little bit longer if you don't have a big weapon that you're using. But again, fire damages will be your friend here. You gotta set him on fire and he should go down fairly easy. Very good experience. That was a miniature boss fight per se. We have gained a level through almost all of them. And our skill increases. Looks like we have Tank Stance, Hotspot, so we're using that quite a bit. And then One-Handed Blade for our Knight. And you can see how the damage breaks up here. Now, we aren't hitting 100% on everybody. That was changed recently in a new update. It looks like our Knight is not only hitting more than everybody else, but he's also doing a little bit more damage total because of that. Although our warrior hits harder, is not hitting quite as fast. And then all those hot spots actually did an additional 2,400 damage. And of course, once we have that tree done, oh, it's a broken stump. That's actually kind of sad. We'll go back over to the Elven City and collect our little reward and be accepted into the Marksmanship Guild. Again, this one's probably one of the quickest, easiest ones if you're able to handle Delawin relatively easy. Again, with the summoning of the wolves, just use your AoE or mass damage like Ignite or Mana Rupture. Take those out pretty well. Not only is it quick, but it's also close geographically. We didn't have to walk very far to get this. 250 experience and 2,000 gold. And of course, we don't have an archer in our party, so we're not changing anybody over. Now we'll go ahead and grab these levels. Talent points are always needed. It's like that's everybody. That is getting talent points. Looks like our warrior leveled up twice again. And our assassin also leveled up twice again. Talent points. And of course our druid leveled up more than once on that also. Now if we notice we are 23 overall, or 23 overall, knight level 8, 30 overall, 14 on our warrior, 28 overall with 10 in the assassin, 16 overall and 26 on the druid. He is up next to get moved over to our geomancer, and we'll be doing that in our next portion. Of course, our wizard is a little bit behind. He is level 19 with 2 class levels into our wizard, and our priest is 22 with 6 levels in the priest so far. I'm going to go ahead and swap some gear out here, maybe sell and purchase some items, and then we'll go over to the Druid's Cove in our next portion and do our Geomancer's Guild.